A week since the horsepower locator has opened up, a lot of Dodge fans has gotten a sour taste in their mouths from the crazy dealership markups. I've contacted every dealer in the United States that has had an allocation for Redeye Challengers and Redeye Chargers and posted those deals in my community feed. And as a bunch of you guys can see, it is slim pickings out there. From what I can tell, all the MSRP deals are gone and you're gonna see nothing but crazy 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, $100,000 markups on Redeye vehicles. I was reading this interesting article about inches blowing in a 7 foundation car and stumbled across this snippet from Kuniskis that claimed because of state franchise laws, Dodge can't do anything to dealers that are charging the crazy additional markups. But what if I told you that was not true? What if I told you there was a way that Dodge can sell direct to customers, cut out all this additional markup crap, and dealers couldn't do a thing about it? Like I said in the intro, I contacted every dealership in the United States from Portland, Oregon to Portland, Maine that had Challenger and Charger Redeye allocations. And out of those hundreds of dealers, I find it crazy that not a single dealership I emailed would accept employee pricing on any Hemi cars. Out of the hundreds of dealers, only one said they would do SXT and GT cars, and only a second one offered to do it up to RT cars. RT cars, for people who actually build these daggone Dodge vehicles. And before I get some random comments on this video, I contacted every dealer that had a Challenger and Charger Redeye allocation. So that was a few hundred dealers, not every single dealership in the United States. There was no point in contacting every single dealer because according to our Mopar Bible right now, the horsepower locator, only a couple hundred dealers got allocations. And if someone wants to say that I'm lying about the dealers not honoring the pricing, I only communicated by email, and I can share you plenty of screenshots from hundreds of dealers that turned it down. Now I read this little snippet from Kuniskis that said that Dodge can't do anything about the crazy premiums that dealers are charging for the Challenger and Charger Hemi cars. So this article briefly states that state franchise laws prevents the manufacturer from doing anything against dealers. So I'm like, all these years and all these articles, what are the point of them? If Dodge already knew, and let's say GM and Ford already knew they couldn't do anything against dealers. With Dodge, for example, we have articles from back from 2015 when the Hellcat first came out, when they started calling out dealers for orders. Articles in 2016, 1 year later, calling out dealers yet again over Hellcats. Then we have in 2017, Dodge calling out dealers yet again and issuing warnings for marking up the demon. So as you can see, that this problem with dealers has been going on for several years, even well before supply chain issues. Now throw in supply chain issues, and this issue of dealer charging a premium has gotten way worse than ever before. I can show hundreds of screenshots of 10, 15, 25, 50, even 100K over sticker for some vehicles. I can understand markups under 10K in this last call situation, but some of you dealers have gone way overboard, and that's really with any sought after vehicle from any manufacturer. It doesn't matter if it's a Bronco, a Corvette, a Mach-E, or even a freaking Telluride. If people want it, then dealers will want to charge you more for it.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna be really tough. It's gonna be almost an impossible task to make everybody happy. We're not going to. But what we can do, and this is important, we can allocate every single unit that we're gonna build for that final run in advance. So everyone will get one shot, one opportunity to get one of those final Brampton Hemi cars. So in October this year, we're gonna tell you every unit that we're gonna build for the final 12 months of production by trim and by dealer. And then we're gonna update that weekly on DodgeGarage.com. So you're gonna know where every single Hemi Charger, Challenger, RT, Scat Pack, Hellcat, Redeye, you name it, where it's going. Think about it as a horsepower locator.
All you hear in the mainstream news is this guy did this, all companies are making record profits, blah, 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 blah. They are cashing in and they need to lower their costs so it'll be cheaper at the pumps, yada, yada, yada. But why isn't the same thing said about car dealers? Are they being overlooked because the majority of them do not sell electric vehicles? And let's say the current people in power like the allure of making electric vehicles more affordable by making internal combustion cars more expensive? Let's look at this article from a few months ago that looked at the record profits that dealerships made through first quarter of 2022. In just one quarter this year, dealers made an average 180% increase in profit per vehicle since 2019. From March 2021 to March 2022, dealers made an average profit increase of $7.1 million, which is a 242% increase since before COVID, but they sold less vehicles. And what do you know, the article says that buyers have the cash and are willing to pay over MSRP. So the more you guys buy cars over MSRP, the more these dealers are going to make record profits and the worse car prices are going to get in the future. If you want prices to go down, then you gotta stop spending over MSRP. If dealers can't get the extra money out of you, they will be forced to lower the price to bring you back into the showroom. A couple of grand for a limited car here and there, okay, I can understand that. But paying double-digit markups is a huge problem and we need to stop paying it. Don't fall for the allure of these special editions. They are not special. Just look at the prices for launch edition TRXs. They are trading at the same prices at 2022 trucks. And plenty of people spent $10, $20, $30, $40, $50,000 or higher on additional markups to get this truck, and they are barely trading higher than another 2021 TRX with similar specs. If you keep voting for the same people, in 13 years, you will be banned from driving these vehicles that you love paying over sticker for. Where do you think you're gonna get gas from if people try and put oil companies out of business? Who in 20 years is gonna pay a lot of money for a vehicle there is no fuel for? You're basically gonna have like a 4,000 pound brick sitting in your yard. Just saying. But the number one thing to do now is not pay the ridiculous additional dealer markups. If you guys already have a Challenger and a Charger, just keep your car. Guys that don't have cars, I posted the best deals I can find, and at this point, you're not gonna find any more MSRP deals for some of these vehicles. Plenty of guys who trade in the same Challenger and Charger over and over again have flooded the market with a bunch of options to pick from. You can hunt down 2022s, there are still plenty out there and they are still brand new. You can go grab a Camaro Z01, you can go pick up a GT500 that might be still sitting on some lots. Or you can wait for the 2024 Mustang to come out next summer. That's gonna have a bunch of great options that I covered in this video.
I give it all that I got.
And like Tim Kuniskis said in this interview, there is nothing that they can do to stop dealers. I've shown you articles in 2015 in this video and nothing has happened. 7 years later, it has only gotten worse. But if I worked high up in Stellantis and I wanted to improve the buyer experience of my customers, I would get creative. There have been plenty of articles that Ford wants to sell direct to customers by having you order online and then it's shipped to the dealer to finish the buying experience. GMC does a similar thing with the Hummer EV, where you go online, reserve it, pick a dealer, and you finish all your paperwork at the dealer. But some people have been met with last minute markups and got screwed out of their edition ones. And there's not much that the manufacturer can do about it. So now the question is, will Ford's version work? We will see, but I propose a better idea. What if Stellantis, for this example, allowed online orders straight from them and open a couple delivery centers in various places around the United States to keep dealers in check from price gouging you? The more the dealers want to play games and add all these crazy add-ons to cars and all these additional markups, the more people will start ordering online straight from Stellantis, and their vehicles will be sent to one of these new delivery centers, and then they can either come there and ship their vehicle home or drive their vehicle home. The dealership lobby is very strong, especially now when they have record profits to put towards blocking direct-to-consumer sales. Now you see where I'm going with by paying over MSRP. we are actually making it harder to change the current dealership landscape. The dealership lobbies are getting lawmakers to make new laws to block change so they can keep doing the same thing over and over again while everyone is complaining about dealership markups. But there is one man out there that has figured it out. He has figured out how to get around dealers and state lawmakers trying to block his company from selling in a state that blocks direct selling. Now, whether you like Elon Musk or not, probably because of the current narrative out there, this guy knows how to get things done. In New Mexico, dealers are pissed and wanted to block Tesla from opening stores in that state. There is a law there that prevents manufacturers from selling direct to the customers, but there is a loophole that can be explored in some states. Tribal land does not follow the same laws of that state, and they can do things that other areas can't, like in this example, open casinos. And Tesla figured, why not open a dealership there too? Open a dealership on tribal land would allow Stellantis and other car manufacturers to open, let's say, delivery centers where customers can come, pick their car up, gamble some money with all the money they saved by not paying some of these dealerships $10, $20, $30, $40, $50,000 ransom fees, and drive off with a new car or just arrange shipping with their new car. Now, I'm not saying manufacturers should use this to eliminate dealerships. That would put a lot of people out of work. And so is the transition to EVs, and people are already starting to get laid off because they don't need much labor in order to build an EV. But if I worked for Stellantis and I was an advisor there, this is what I would do to be my leverage against dealers by offering these delivery centers across various casinos around the country. I will have a conference call with the top dealers in the country, and we'll go like, you are ruining our brand's image, and we are going to open our own centers for customers to order straight from us. Now, if you want to stay in business, I would recommend you guys start to play fair and charge fairly. If not, customers are going to simply buy from us more and more, hurting your own business. If you want to play games and not do warranty repairs on vehicles that are purchased at these centers, don't be shocked when you see less and less high margin vehicles arriving at your dealership. And these centers don't have to be big. The Corvette Museum delivery area, for example, is not that big. They have several vehicles on display. New owners can come in, get a walk through the vehicle, drive out the building, and another new car is put on the showroom floor, ready for another customer. This is a great idea that Tesla has come up with, and it's something that Stellantis, GM, and even Ford can use collectively to put dealers in check. You either compete and be fair, or additional markup yourself out of business. But let me know what you guys think. Stellantis, Ford, or GM opening delivery centers on tribal land to get around state laws and dealership lobbies. If the dealerships don't want to play fair, I say F them, and karma always comes back around. I've never paid over MSRP for anything, and I hope you guys don't either. Make sure you guys leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you already done so. Pick up some merch on your way out, and until the next video, I'm out.